30 tasks later, you have 30 different documented processes that you never, ever have to do again. It's one thing to hire a virtual assistant. It's another thing to know how to properly onboard a virtual assistant or an employee, a contractor, and so on. So this is kind of going to encompass all of this, okay? This is the foundation of creating a successful, I would say, partnership in not just hiring a virtual assistant, not just hiring an employee, not just hiring a contractor, but really diving deep so that when you do, you know that they are going to be an integral part of your business. Okay. So let's get into it. But before we jump right in, hi, my name is Dean Soto. I am the founder of prosulum.com. We are a virtual staffing agency, real people, not AI. You may have heard of virtual assistants. You're watching this video about virtual assistants. We have what's called a virtual systems architect. And a virtual systems architect are very similar to a virtual assistant. However, you give a task to a virtual assistant or an in-house employee or a contractor, and they will ask you a question and back and forth, and you have to babysit and you'll have to clarify, and you are back at square one when you have the next task and the next task and the next task. Okay. So you always get sucked back into being mama bear or papa bear. However, with a virtual systems architect, very similar to a virtual assistant. However, when you give them a task, what they do is they say, okay, boss, sounds great. They document what you showed them. So you send them that 5-minute video, that 10-minute video. They document step by step with pictures, with visuals, a standard operating procedure. Boom, 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 boom. This is how you do XYZ, da, 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 da. And then they do the task. And then you give them the next task. And they do the exact same, and the next, and the next. 30 tasks later, you have 30 different documented processes that you never, ever have to do again. You can give it to the next employee, you can give it to the next contractor, and you have the standard operating procedure that everyone uses in your business. So they all know how to do all of the things that are currently making you money, and you can go and do whatever it is that you love to do.